We're going to have a few words with Mr. John Usher, or his Taxi Federation.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us here today. As you all know, we're going to hand in the letter asking for the resignation of the taxi regulator, Kathleen Doyle. And I think no matter where we came from here today, whether it be north, south, east or west, we're all here because we have one thing in common. We don't want Kathleen Doyle as taxi regulator. Am I right?
Yes!
I'd say to you men and women that you drive taxis, you go to work, particularly the night workers, you don't know who's sitting beside you. You don't know whether you have a mugger, a robber, a murderer, no matter who's sitting beside you. And if you're attacked and these gouges are cut, they're brought to court, and in the district court, if they're convicted, they can appeal. She's just given us an 8,000 increase and we can't appeal. Is that fair?
No!
Are we going to stand for it?
No!
And that's why we're here. Her NCT test. She says every car should do a yearly suitability test. I say an NCT test is sufficient. She now wants us to do a yearly suitability test. Again, because the men and women in this country driving taxis, it's going to cost you more money. Can we afford more money in this climate? No, we cannot. And let her hear us. Can we afford it?
No!
Are we going to pay it? No! Now, not alone that, she wants a slice of this money. She wants to take the suitability test away from the NCT and do it herself in a different location. So not alone will we have to get examined by the NCT, if she gets her way, we're going to have to go to a different location to do her yearly suitability test. Is there anybody here who wants that?
No!
Her report that she spent thousands of pounds on. Your money, my money. We pay for these offices. Look at them. Look, fancy offices. Who pays for it? We do. She launched a driver skills development program. And no disrespect to the Gardaí. We had all the top-ranking Gardaí there, and other people invited along. Was there one trade official invited? No, there was not. And that's not good enough. Is that good enough to you?
No!
In her report, that we called, in her report that was referred to as the Beano, the author of the report, in his report, said no cap on licences warranted at this time. He went on to say if churning became a problem, it might be warranted. Churning. We had 3,000 people churning in the last 2 years, and if that's not a problem, I don't know what is. The report is, as I'm sure you'll all agree, rubbish. Would you all agree the report is rubbish?
Yes!
Absolutely rubbish. Now, in the new entrants, she announced yesterday new entrants. New entrants will have to come along and pay £30 for a book, 85 to sit the test, and 250 for a licence, which doesn't affect us. But she went on to increase your licence and my licence by 8,223% and made it €250. Is that acceptable?
No!
No, it is not. I can say to you, colleagues, at this particular time, her on-the-spot fines is outrageous at €250. Men and women who can't find spaces on taxi ranks, sitting around waiting to get onto a taxi rank, have been given tickets for applying for her in unauthorised places, and a fine of €250. Is there anybody happy about that here?
No!
No, there is not. What are we doing about it? I heard somebody ask. Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. What we're doing at the moment is we ourselves, at great expense, have a report which we expect to be ready next week, which the Minister has asked us to produce to him. We will produce to him. In relation to our 8,223% increase, Christy has been to the legal advisors, and there's a legal team in place to see if we do have a legal challenge. Well, all that's taken place. All of you drivers, and a lot of drivers who aren't here, we didn't ask for people to come. We said anyone wanted to come and look at us handing in a licence. We'll review that when we come back. We may stop work and bring the fleet with us. But what we said, if I could just say to you, the amount of correspondence we got from the drivers themselves, which we intended to hand in here today, I'm pleased to say there was so much of it that it will require a special delivery, and maybe we'll all come back and bring our colleagues with us when we do that special delivery next week. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
I want everybody there. This organisation and these organisations, we're all colleagues, and if we're not together, we're going nowhere. Make no mistake. Now, I'm here to make a statement. I'm not going to answer questions. Do you want to hear the letter that we're going to hand in? Do you want me to read you a copy? Dear Ms. Doyle, the Irish Taxi Drivers Federation, the National Taxi Drivers Union, SIPTU Taxi Branch, the National Private Hire Taxi Association. The committees of the four groups held a meeting on Thursday, the 7th of May 2009, during which a discussion took place on the increase in the PSV driver's licence fee. It was the view of all groups present that an increase of 8,223% is completely unacceptable, and the view of the meeting was that the cost of a PSV licence should not exceed the cost of an Irish driving licence. Concern was also expressed that no discussion took place and no prior information was given beforehand. All agreed that the manner in which we were informed of the increase, last paragraph of letter dated the 1st of May, same day as commencement of increase, was unacceptable. We also discussed the amount of taxis in Ireland, and it was our view that an efficient taxi regulator would know and acknowledge there is a huge oversupply of taxis operating in Ireland. It was the view of the meeting that your soon-to-be introduced yearly suitability test is not necessary, as all taxis have to do a yearly NCT. And the view was that this is an extra expense for taxi drivers who are finding it difficult to meet their financial commitments. And they also have difficulty in understanding why this extra expense and test is necessary. Concern was also expressed that on-the-spot fines for all offences at €250 was excessive, and there should have been a scale, i.e. Garda fine for parking waiting to get on a taxi rank €40. Taxi regulator fine for same offence. Your enforcement team consider taxis parked as being for hire. To fine taxi drivers such large amounts, €250, in our view, show your lack of knowledge in the earning capability of taxi drivers. Your requirement that all taxis should carry pen, paper, torch, first aid kit, etc. cost drivers over €1 million, and after 4 months in operation, we are not aware of any taxi driver having to use same. It would be our view that the requirement should have been for first aid kit only. After a lengthy discussion read the above, and also your intention to reduce the driver's PSV licence to 3 years, a vote of no confidence in the taxi regulator was proposed and seconded and passed unanimously. And the 4 organisations would request you to tender your resignation with immediate effect. Thank you. We are going to hand this letter in, and if we want to stay around for a while after we hand it in, just if we want to have it, I can't. It's not the appropriate place to have a discussion, as I'm sure you'll agree. we're here. She doesn't tell us what she's doing or what problems she's having. And I don't think it's proper that we should have a discussion here.
They're not listening
Out
either
there.
way, so we might as well have it somewhere.
You all to the street. You three are responsible for the situation that is here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, see about bringing
I don't care how stern you look. You three are.
Slagging my swipe.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to deliver the letter. If you just bear with us.